Now at 10, lights, cameras, upgrades. Missouri Southern's TV station expects to get a new look thanks to a grant. Plus, the university's Taylor Performing Arts Center holds its first event in 3 years. What this could mean for its future. And details about a bond issue the Carthage School District proposed to bring a new art center and baseball field.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri Southern's TV station could get a facelift. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The Communications Department says the nonprofit TV station KGCS-TV received an up to $1.5 million matching grant from the state to upgrade studio spaces and labs. The grant would match funds from other sources. The money would go toward building a full state-of-the-art green screen studio, new furnishings, and a separate LED wall to provide virtual reality production opportunities. The station provides hands-on training opportunities for students in the department. KGCS-TV broadcasts to the Joplin region on Digital Channel 21. After a 3-year hiatus due to renovations, Missouri Southern will host the first event in Taylor Performing Arts Center next week. KOAM Shagun Bamadelli has more.
The Taylor Performing Arts Center in Missouri Southern State University was constructed in 1975, and for 50 years it served as the largest event space in the region. But as with time, things start to wear out.
So certainly after 50 plus years there were some structural issues that we were able to address, but mainly aesthetic reasons. You see new seats, new carpeting and tile, there'll be new curtains on the way, so it was a chance to refresh a facility that means a great deal to the university and to the community.
Faculty members had a first look.
It was great to have the faculty and staff in here today. Many of them sat in the seats and commented on how comfortable they were. Most of those longtime faculty and staff would have been in the old seats, which were not as comfortable. So we feel like all of the changes really helped to enhance an already great facility.
I'm standing in the entrance of the newly renovated Taylor Theater, where if you can see behind me, there are new chairs on new carpets. I spoke to a professor of music who tells me that in previous years, the departments and students had to go out to rent and borrow buildings for their performances, and he is excited that that wouldn't be the case anymore.
For example, when we did Mamma Mia, we had to rent out Joplin High School, and that was an enormous amount of set to move into that space because we only had just a short time, and I can remember that being quite stressful.
The performance arts students are happy to see the changes.
I think it gives us, a place to be on our own campus that is a nice place to perform, and will make it easier for us. But I certainly think that the students are very excited about it.
Reporting in Joplin, Shagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
In 2021, Missouri lawmakers allocated $2.5 million to the university to fund the repairs. The Carthage School Board is putting a bond issue to voters on the April ballot. The district is asking for $18 million by extending current levies for 2 years to 2040. That money would go toward funding a performing arts center, also a baseball field.
I think you have a lot of support both ways. I mean, that's the part of the democratic process, is you have people who do not approve or agree. Our goal is to make certain people act civil, use social media positively, and not try to be Republican versus Democrat nationwide. That's not what we want here.
Carthage voters rejected a school bond proposal back in August. Carthage voters will decide whether the city adds a local tax on recreational marijuana sales. City council members approved a measure for the April ballot. If passed, it would charge a 3% tax on retail sales of recreational marijuana in city limits. That would be in addition to the 6% that state voters approved when they legalized recreational use last November. Revenue from the city sales tax would go into the city's general fund. The expectation is an increase in new businesses.
Businesses will pop up. We only have one in town right now, but we expect that we're going to have a lot more. So then you'll have those jobs, and then you'll have, again, whatever may come from that as far as the city's response to all that additional business.
The Carthage tax question will go on the April 4th ballot. The Joplin City Council approved a similar ballot proposal last night. A new bill in the Missouri State House would get rid of abortion ban, the ban that went into effect last June. That law made abortions essentially illegal. A new bill was filed by House Minority Leader Crystal Quaid of Springfield. Quaid says she filed it because she wants women's reproductive health to still be a conversation. Republican Representative Bishop Davidson says it's a conversation that's been had for years, and he'd be surprised if the bill makes it to the House floor for debate. 9 bills have been filed in the Missouri legislature tied to abortion. Some have to do with repealing the current law. Others have to deal with public funds. Missouri Governor Mike Parson this afternoon delivered his 2023 State of the State address to the Missouri General Assembly. Parson wants to spend roughly $800 million to improve access to child care. He also announced the state is increasing core funding to community colleges and 4 institutions by 7%, the largest increase in more than 25 years.
Now for our non-college students of Missourians seeking a new career path. We are investing $3 million in Apprenticeship Missouri to expand apprenticeship opportunities with focus on IT, public health, education, and public safety, among others.
Newly elected Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson visited KCU Joplin today. Burleson, who represents Missouri's 7th Congressional District, toured the facility and the College of Dental Medicine, which is scheduled to open in June. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a decent afternoon and evening behind the showers and thunderstorms that we had this morning. Much needed rain, which we'll definitely take. With the sunshine, we did make it up to 58, average highs 45 degrees. Check this out. Most areas, at least around the metro, nearly an inch, 1.25 is where we sit for the month and, of course, the year. We are going to start to cool down. The winds are picking up, 43 in Nevada. We have Carthage at 48, Miami sitting at 49, Neosho 47, Pittsburgh is checking in at 46 degrees. Behind this system, we cleared out pretty quickly. We are going to get some more clouds working in here later on tonight, but we are definitely on the quiet side. We're going to have to watch some of these light snow showers as they kind of clip our northern counties a little bit later on tonight. So we are going to put in at least a chance for a few flurries. Overnight low down to 31. We have more snow chances for the weekend. We'll look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. An Oklahoma man is sentenced today for his role in 2 separate homicides involving a prison gang. Matthew Armstrong pleaded guilty in 2021 to several charges related to the murders of Scotty Candler and Nicole Owl. A judge sentenced him to life in prison in the 2017 murder and kidnapping of Owl. He was also given 10 years in prison for his role in the 2015 murder of Candler. During both cases, Armstrong was involved in the smuggling of methamphetamine and other contraband for the Indian Brotherhood into various prisons. You can read more about the cases on KOAMnewsnow.com. The Oklahoma Attorney General says the state's current schedule of executing a death row inmate roughly every 30 days is placing too much of a burden on prison staff and should be slowed down. The AG wrote in a motion filed today with the Criminal Court of Criminal Appeals, the Oklahoma court. Attorney General Gentner Drummond, who witnessed last week's execution of Scott Eisenberg, asked the court to set the executions 60 days apart rather than the current pace of 30 days apart. The DOC said in a statement it appreciates Drummond's request and his support for the agency. Coming up, a Grove, Oklahoma football standout earns state honors. We're going to share his inspiring story. Plus, a Kansas teenager breaks a 58-year-old running record formerly held by Olympian Jim Ryan. Emmanuel Crawford is a star running back at Grove High School. He was recently named the Player of the Year for the state of Oklahoma by Gatorade. But before picking up a ball, Crawford experienced a miracle of sorts. Born in Ghana, Crawford was sold into child slavery, then rescued by the Touch of Life Foundation when he was just 3 years old. A loving family adopted Crawford and nourished him to become the football star he is today.
Every year, it seems like there's just a new skill that I've unlocked out of nowhere with all the hard work through the summer and just putting in the hours and hours of work.
Crawford plans to attend the University of Arkansas this summer. We wish him well. A Wichita high schooler breaks a record set 58 years ago by running great Jim Ryan. Haley Tucker talked with the teenage runner who broke the record about what this means for him.
Time is this teenager's biggest competitor. Clay Shively is one of the fastest high school runners in the United States, and he proves it each day he steps onto the track.
Really the best thing for me is just to think about my training day to day and think about what I'm really doing it for.
The training's paid off as Clay etches his name in the record books just ahead of running legend and Olympian Jim Ryan. Clay beat Ryan's 58-year-old record by nearly 3 seconds for the fastest high school indoor mile in the state of Kansas at 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
I was able to run the mile at the Arkansas Invitational in Heat 3 of the college race. About halfway in, realized I was feeling good, and I noticed some of the guys in front of me maybe hurting a little bit, and so I was just listening for my splits, and my coach yelled with 2 laps to go win it. And so I just kind of threw in a surge and tried finding my way to the front of the pack.
He is so easy to root for because he is the most humble guy you've ever met. If you met him in the street, you wouldn't even know that he even runs. And I've been around a lot of really talented people, and Clay is without question the most talented.
Definitely still a kid at 17 years old. Clay says with another year left of high school, he's excited to see what more he and his teammates can do.
The next year and a half I have in high school, obviously I look forward to running at the college level and maybe beyond that, but right now I just know that this is going to be a time that I cherish for the rest of my life, so just enjoying every moment while I can.
Time is something Clay continues to chase, but seeing his name next to Ryan's in the record books makes the chasing even more worth it.
Not running for our own glory, but running for the glory of God is something that he walks into and cares about too, and so I just am beyond honored to even get the chance to walk in his footsteps a little bit and break a record that he set so many years ago.
Clay's coach says the teen will be running in the New Balance Invitational later this year to see what more records he could potentially break. Don't bet against him. A Carthage teacher received a big honor today. Christina Landberg is one of 12 educators to join Scholastic's inaugural 2022-23 Teacher Fellow Cohort. She teaches 4th grade at the Carthage Intermediate Center. The cohort of educators get the chance to collaborate with Scholastic Education's research, product research, and publishing teams.
One of the top 12 in the nation to be part of the Scholastic Teachers Fellows program. It's a great opportunity not only for myself, but it's also a great opportunity for our school district and my students.
The program will run until July. Landberg will complete a project that will be showcased at a summit in Scholastic's New York City headquarters at the end of that program. A little bit later, the husband of a missing Massachusetts woman faces charges in court. We're going to have details.
Plus, we have rain and snow chances in the forecast for the weekend. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, we had the showers, we had the thunderstorms during the morning hours, good amounts of rain. Most of us half an inch, inch and a quarter in spots, and then we cleared out and had the sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures really are going to start to cool off quickly, and the clouds are going to roll back in. Let's look outside right now. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. You can see westerly winds, so you got southerly winds on the Missouri side, westerly winds, Kansas and Oklahoma. That is that cold front rolling through. 49 in Anderson, Miami, 46 in Pittsburgh. Yates Center sitting at 44, 43 in Nevada. But look at the winds starting to pick up on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. These are going to continue to increase throughout the overnight hours, so it is going to get windy across the region. Let's go outside, 7th and Rangeline. Partly cloudy, 48. The winds aren't bad. Southerly winds at about 10. Through the overnight hours, clouds thicken up. May get a few flurries or a light snow shower, especially in our northern counties. Most of us just cloudy skies as the upper level low kind of rotates just to our north. We look fine now after all the rain that we saw during the morning hours. You can see the heaviest stripe right along the I-44 corridor. Anywhere in the green, at least a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, if not more. But this little backside here is going to kind of rotate through Kansas City and clip our northern counties later on tonight with a few flurries and light snow showers. So let's go through time. Next few hours, fine. Winds do pick up. See the clouds kind of work back in. See some light snow showers kind of clipping Fort Scott, Nevada, Stockton. Not a big deal, but we are going to have clouds in the morning, and then we'll break out. See partly sunny skies, significantly cooler, about 20 degrees cooler tomorrow for a high compared to what we did see today. Cold tomorrow night, clear skies. We drop back upper 20s, and then as we go into Friday, a little bit warmer, upper 40s during the afternoon. Clouds thicken Friday night. This is the beginnings of our next storm system, which will start to affect us on Saturday. All right, look at the winds tonight. Winds gusting 30, upwards of 35 by morning. It stays windy all day long, but they slowly kind of taper off just a bit as we get into the afternoon. So here's your day planner. 32 to start, again, a few flurries. 38 by noon, 43 by 5, high temp right around 44 degrees. Let's go to the weekend. Here comes this next storm system. Rain increases late afternoon. It's a cold rain. We're sitting into the 40s, but drop as we go through the afternoon. Now, northern counties may start as snow and stay as snow. That rain-snow line kind of cuts right through the region. Also, snow up toward Kansas City, so we'll have to watch that for the Chiefs game at 3:30 Saturday afternoon. The second half of the game may get rain-snow mix up there. As we go into Saturday night, cooler air works south. We could get some light slushy accumulations with this as it moves out Sunday morning. And then we have another storm system that rolls in on Monday that looks like all snow. So a lot to watch over the next 4 or 5 days. 44 tomorrow, 47 Friday, 47 Saturday. Afternoon showers, morning snow on Sunday, and then again, we'll watch that system Monday and Tuesday. Then a lot of clouds, kind of cold the rest of the week. We're kind of trending back toward a little bit more like winter over the next 10 days.
Dipping below freezing at least overnight. Still not bitterly cold, but we're not accustomed to it. Oh boy. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the husband of missing Anna Walsh is formally charged. We'll have details of the plea. A helicopter crash in Ukraine this morning killed at least 16 people, including one of Ukraine's top cabinet officials. Chopper went down near a kindergarten just outside of Kyiv. Authorities say the death toll includes 3 children. 25 more people are injured. The country's President Vladimir Zelensky said, quote, "The pain is unspeakable. The cause of the crash has not been revealed." China's population has fallen for the first time in 60 years, with the national birth rate hitting a record low at 6.77 births per 1,000 people. The country's population dropped by about 850,000 last year, a decline that came sooner than projected. The historic turn is expected to have profound implications for China's economy and the world. India is expected to overtake China as the world's most populous country this year. The body of Anna Walsh, a 39-year-old mother of 3, has yet to be found. Her husband, Brian Walsh, faced murder charges in a Massachusetts courtroom today. Reporter Nancy Chen is in Quincy, Massachusetts, with the chilling new details.
Brian Walsh pleaded not guilty to charges on Wednesday, including the murder of his wife, Anna, who was last seen on New Year's Day.
Do you understand those charges, Mr. Walsh? I do.
Those were the only words the 47-year-old said in a Massachusetts courtroom while prosecutors began laying out the case against him.
At 4:55 a.m. on January 1st, he searched how long before a body starts to smell.
Assistant District Attorney Len Beelan said Walsh used his son's iPad for some gruesome Google searches.
At 6:34 a.m. on the 1st, can you throw away body parts? At 11:44, how to clean blood from wooden floor.
Prosecutors say Walsh then bought $450 worth of supplies on January 2nd, including a hacksaw, towels, and cleaning materials. Those same items were later found at a trash facility, along with Anna's COVID-19 vaccination card and the purse and boots she was last seen wearing, but still not found Anna's body. Her friend, Pamela Barty, called the evidence hard to hear.
I knew from day one that something horrible had happened, and I didn't want to believe it. The truth starting to unravel and that's painful.
Brian Walsh is being held without bail and is due back in court next month. He was already under home confinement with some exceptions while awaiting sentencing for selling fake Andy Warhol paintings. Nancy Chen, CBS News, Quincy, Massachusetts.
Walsh's attorney says she intends to try the case in court and not in the media, and argued that the prosecution leaking out evidence to the media shows their case is not strong. A final check of the forecast next. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Alva Parker Russell served in the U.S. Army back in 1918 and 1919. The Airport Drive Village, Missouri native was stationed at Camp Dodge in Iowa, Company G, 88th Infantry, 19th Division units. Although he was never deployed, he worked tirelessly at the camp hospital during the influenza epidemic. And we are proud to salute Alva Parker Russell, a four-state hero. Up to $385,000. That's how much Netflix could be willing to pay a new flight attendant to work on one of its private jets. The video streaming company says the right candidate should be flexible, willing to take on extra responsibilities like maintaining the stock room, working both domestic and international flights, weekends, holidays, extended periods of travel. They should also be able to do the job with discretion and little direction.
It's a lot of money.
It is. The fact that they want that job done with discretion raises some questions.
You should probably hear a lot of conversations.
I'm sure things that they don't want to get out in the trade to the competitors.
True.
The weather.
It's going to be cooler and it's going to be windy for us tomorrow. Oh, I took down 7 day. You can go ahead and pop us back up. But we do have rain chances back in late Saturday into Sunday and possibly mixing with or changing over to snow. So that's going to be interesting.
It will indeed. Winter is coming back. We'll see you tomorrow morning show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great one.